To this special edition, late night edition of Hardball from the Republican convention in Cleveland. Accusations of plagiarisms in parts of Melania's Trump speech last night appear to be lifted from Michelle Obama's 2008 convention speech that threw a wrench into the first night of the Republican convention here in Cleveland and certainly cast a cloud over today's events as well. Let's take a look at the similarities as we splice together the two speeches. It's pretty graphic. You'll get it.
From a young age, Barack and I were raised. My parents impressed on me
with so many of
the values.
the same values.
That you work hard for what you want in life.
You work hard for what you want in life.
That your word is your bond.
That your word is your bond.
And you do what you say and keep your promise.
And that you do what you say you're going to do.
That you treat people with respect.
That you treat people with dignity and respect. Barack and I set out to build lives guided by these values and to pass them on to the next generation.
We need to pass those lessons on to the many generations to follow.
Because we want our children.
Because we want our children.
And all children in this nation.
In this nation.
To know that the only limit to the height of your achievements.
To know that the only limit to your achievements.
Is the reach of your dreams.
Is the strength of your dreams.
And your willingness to work hard for them.
And your willingness to work for them.
The only thing different there is the pronunciation. Anyway, Trump campaign advisor Paul Manafort had this reaction. It wasn't much of a reaction, by the way, to this. Let's listen.
There was nothing that she did in that speech that she thought was anybody's word but itself. I don't think Donald Trump feels that there's anything to fire about someone.
In politics, we call that blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the Washington Post's Robert Costa is back with us, along with the New Yorker's Hendrik Hertzberg, a former speechwriter for President Jimmy Carter, and I worked for Rick back in those days. Let me go to Robert on this piece on the reporting. It seems to me that anybody who watched that knows that it was plagiarism. It's so outrageous, and it continues in the same sequence. Each one of those words was not only replicated verbatim by Melania Trump, it was reported and repeated in order that it was given by Michelle Obama. It's a direct cribbing of somebody earlier's speech. And that's a fact. Do they accept in the Trump campaign that there was plagiarism? Yes or no? The fact of it, do they accept? Not who to blame yet.
The public line? They don't accept it.
They say it privately isn't there.
Right. That's the public line.
Yeah.
Privately, you talk to Trump associates, Trump allies. They say this was a mistake.
What's a mistake?
Blunder.
No, wait.
A blunder.
Not a blunder. No, I do not accept that. No, let's listen about the mistake is when you make the wrong turn in traffic, or you get the wrong date, or you get somebody's name wrong. That's a mistake. When you go to somebody's earlier speech, you take it and put it in your speech, and you take credit for it. That's not a mistake. That's plagiarism. It's not a mistake. You don't mistake.
Totally agree.
Yeah, so why do they keep calling it a mistake?
Because this is political war to them. They feel like their first night of the convention was ruined because they didn't have the organization and the vetting of their speech.
No. Well, let me go further. Why did somebody do it?
Well,
did they think it was
that's what
okay
we
to
try
do
to
it?
piece
Did they
together.
think it was okay to do it?
Well, what we've learned today, Chris, is that there's two Bush speechwriters. They were asked to do a draft. That draft was scrapped. John McConnell and Matt Scully did it. Now it looks like some longtime Trump staffer of the Trump organization, not the campaign.
The ballerina. The ballerina did it.
The loyalist, the ghostwriter.
Yeah. And did anybody...
She's not speaking out.
She's not speaking out?
No statement. No interview. It's a lot of confusion, a lot of murkiness about what actually went into this speech. Because when we spoke last night, we thought Manafort had the approval. Now we learned there's been different hands on top of this product. But still, no one's really coming out and saying, here's how the speech was written.
Yeah, I talked to somebody. I said, why don't they just throw the person to the lions? Or why doesn't the person come out and say, I did it, put the sword in, and walk? They'll hire them 5 months later if they win. If they don't, so at least they've helped their candidate.
Well, one reason is the family. One thing we've heard at the Washington Post is that Jared Kushner, the son-in-law, was involved in getting these Bush speechwriters to maybe participate in helping Melania Trump.
But they were clean on this.
They were clean on this. The other point is this Meredith McIver. She's beloved by the Trump family. She's someone who's been writing Trump books.
Does she love
Trump
them?
Speeches. I don't know much
She
about
loves
her.
them. She should come forward and say she did it. Rick Hertzberg, let's go about this because